so hard for me to lag. It's very hard, especially if you do a lot of IRLs. If you do desktop and gaming, obviously this stuff isn't required. I'm telling you, bro. I had a couple large streamers ask me yesterday whether 30,000 was a worthwhile purchase. It's your job, right? So like we spend money on dumber things. Ray, for example, bought a Supra for $50,000. You get what I'm saying? So if you could buy a Supra for $50,000, you could buy this bag for $30,000. Feel me? I got an apartment for absolutely no reason, just to see if I'd like it. So keep that in mind. You spend money doing dumb shit. Why not spend money investing in your business, bro? I feel like we get stingy when it comes to shit like this, but then we spend bags on shit when it comes to luxurious stuff, Louis Vuitton, this, that, the third. This is what's important. Just remember that.
What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Trevi Trev, and I'm back with another video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that clip there by Agent 000, because I'm not gonna lie, bro. I was watching Streamer University despite me hating, and I'm glad I did because it was better than I expected. And yes, it had some of those clownish elements, but I actually learned something. And I wanted to share that game, that knowledge with you guys, because I'm also a YouTuber. I'm also a streamer, even though I'm on a smaller scale. And I learned a lot from Agent's stream. I learned a lot from his class and his stream. And I wanted to tell you some of the takeaways and things that I'm going to use going forward, because he inspired me to keep going with this content creation shit. Because if you watch the streams, right, you watched his pocket watch class, you learned how to calculate numbers, what's a high month, what's a low month, various different things on Twitch and on streaming that can help you expand and grow. And if you even paid attention to the clip I just showed, he also taught you how to use cameras, what cameras to buy, if you're an in real life streamer, things like that, and what you should invest in. Because, bro, I'm not gonna lie, me as a guy who works a 9 to 5 and who's trying to become a streamer, who's doing all this military stuff, I don't like spending my money unless I have to. Even though I've been developing the abundance mindset. And I've just been hesitant about buying new cameras and things because financially, it can set me back. It can set me back financially if I spend X amount of money on a camera and I don't get anything in return. But after watching his stream, I might fuck around and do it, because like he said in the clip, bro, you have to treat this streaming shit like it's a business. You got to treat this shit like it's a business. And we spend money as human beings on dumb shit and we don't think about it, right? But when we do something like a camera that can help us and it costs a little bit of money, we are hesitant to do it. And honestly, I'm not going to be hesitant to do it, because like he said, streaming can make you a lot of income, a lot of brand deals, a lot of revenue, and you may take a loss, but it could be a win the next month, in the next month. And if you really watched that class and you really locked in like I did and you teed up, you can learn a lot of game and knowledge from Agent. And I'm glad he produced that content, and I'm glad he was actually like a legitimate professor and not just screwing around like a lot of the other people were. And I'm going to just do his method going forward, because he's a really like smart dude. And I never really paid attention to him and AMP like that, because honestly, I watch mostly for Duke and Kai, but he has some insightful stuff to say. Him and Phantom have some insightful stuff to say, because even when I met Phantom, he was telling me like motivational stuff. He's the motivational guy. Agent's the tech savvy financial guy. Duke is the cool guy. Kai's the face. And it's like, when I see different things like that, and you can gain different things from people like that in the streaming world, I get inspired, especially by him. And I'm going to use some of his game that he dropped in these Streamer University streams to improve my life, because I'm not going to be hesitant about this streaming stuff. I'm going to invest more of my money and my time into my grind and my content. I'm going to do less car videos. I'm going to get a higher quality camera. And I'm just going to take this shit to a whole nother level. And he was basically vocalizing in his class what I've been feeling internally for the last couple months. And I'm just going to go forward with that, because you know, it feels like it's destiny for me to become a great streamer or something like that. Because when I see these people on the Twitch streams and they give me the information and knowledge that I need, and then I actually saw RDC and Phantom in person at the airport, it's just telling me like, bro, these are the signs that I have to become this. I have to become this after all my military stuff is over. And I'm going to manifest that stuff into my reality, because honestly, anything you perceive, you can achieve, bro. And whatever you resist, persist. And I've been watching a lot of Young Don. He's been saying that stuff too. So I've been taking it more into my life. And I've also been changing my mentality and my perspective on things, because honestly, I'm in a different wavelength than a lot of people that are in my age group. And I've surpassed my previous stuff. Like, stuff that I thought in the past, I don't think currently, and I'm changing, I'm evolving, and that's part of like growing up. So I'm just going to be on that path. I'm just going to be more patient and trust the process. And honestly, I'm going to give as much as I take, and I'm just going to have the world become my oyster. And just seeing that stream and seeing someone who's really at the top of their craft explain things in great detail and just basically run the numbers and do all these things to give you the information that you need to succeed. I just want to be more like that, man. I just want to be more like that. And, you know, I do have that business skill, that business savvy, but I'm not like the greatest streamer. I'm still small time, but, you know, I can see myself evolving to become a more like big content creator, a bigger content creator, and I could offer like an insight like that too. And honestly, despite me hating, and I was kind of hating with the Streamer University, I learned a lot. And I was a little bit salty I didn't get in there. And, you know, honestly, I take the good with the bad. I'm not gonna lie, that really wasn't for me. I wanted to actually learn something. I did learn something from Agent, but, you know, if I was at that event, I probably would have been tired of the antics. And also, I would have crashed out like he did when that kid tried to take his equipment. Because imagine, bro, imagine being a professor, giving all that game to people, and some dumbass niggas try to sneak in your room and steal your shit after you tried to give them game, and you tried to put them on game and tried to make them better. I'd crash out too. But, you know, besides that, you know, I really respect what Agent did during the event because it's a really smart, intelligent dude. And, you know, I wanted to talk about it because a lot of people might have overseen it, like overlooked it. I mean, with everything going on with Streamer University. And, you know, I think he had the best portions of Streamer University. Yes, the parts with Duke and DDG and India Love were cool. But, you know, Agent provided some long-lasting advice that I feel we all could use and apply and just actually use to become better. But anyway, I wanted to talk about that before I hit the gym because I wanted to talk about it for days, but I kind of wanted to formulate my thoughts and get my life together before I talk about it. But anyway, y'all have a great one, and I'm out.